Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to The Mortgage Show on CKNW. Manny Bazunas, along with accredited mortgage professional and best-selling author of The Mortgage Code, Angela Calla. Angela Calla, CALLA.ca. So pleased you could be with us. We are heard at this hour every weekend on CKNW. Angela Calla, much in demand, radio, television, print. Recently on Global News, talking about first-time incentive buyers. Let me get that straight. First-time buyer incentives. That's what I was attempting to say, Angela. We have talked about that in the past, but why don't you review exactly what those incentives are for first-time buyers?
Yeah, Manny, there's a variety of incentives that are ongoing, and not only for first-time home buyers, but sometimes based on the actual product type that is selected. So most recently, we've heard that GST has been eliminated on property brand new builds for first-time home buyers under $1 million, which is a significant up to $50,000 savings right off the top there. But that can be combined with other incentives, because what most people are unaware of is that most of those properties, if not all, qualify for the CMHC Eco Plus 25% rebate. And depending exactly who you end up working with as your provider will depend on if you can get that 25% off right up front, or if you have to apply for that personally after the mortgage funds. And then in addition to that, and on a $1 million insured mortgage, that's thousands of dollars of savings, about $10,000. And then if you add into that, Manny, that buying new construction, whether you're a first timer or not, and the same thing with the CMHC Eco Plus, whether you're a first time home buyer or not, anything under $1.1 million is a complete exemption for a first time home buyer of property transfer tax. And the thing about property transfer tax is that's something that the buyer used to have, obviously, completely upfront in addition to the down payment. So it's not something that could be added to the mortgage like GST could, or like the insurance premium can on a mortgage. So all of these combined on $1 million purchase for a first timer could be about a $72,000 savings in total. As an example. I didn't realize that property purchase tax had to be separate from what you could get in the mortgage. In other words, you had to have it in the bank already. Yes, absolutely. It's a closing cost that you have to pay at closing at the lawyers. And so that's something. And for first-time home buyers on existing builds, there are exemptions that apply completely 100% under 500. But then there's other mechanics that are used for partial exemptions between that and 800,000 as well. And then the ongoing credits that you have, of course, is a deduction off the property taxes for a homeowner's grant, etc., and a few other things. And we covered that on a recent Global News segment. And I do actually have a blog post about those incentives as well on my website. Go to her website, angelacalla.ca. She'll have all that information for you. Better still, get a hold of Angela's team. Angela Calla, CALLA.ca. There is no fee for her service. Much of Angela's work is restructuring existing mortgages, rolling or consolidating outside debt into a new mortgage, thus saving a ton of interest. That interest that you're paying on outside debt, huge. I mean, take a look at your credit card bill, what you're paying on interest there. You roll that into a new mortgage, you pay the lesser interest rate, you save money. That is exactly what Angela did for Bernadette, restructuring Bernadette's mortgage, saving Bernadette $2,727.74 every month. Bernadette, welcome to the show. First of all, tell us why you reached out to Angela.
Well, I listened to your show on my drive home. We've been talking about restructuring our mortgage, so I thought that was always good references. So I thought I would try with theirs. So I contacted the office, and they got back to me right away.
Tell us a little bit about the process once you'd contacted the office. Easy?
Oh, it was very easy. What they did was send me a list of documents that I had to forward to them, and because I'm not the most technical person, they even gave me a link, an app that I could download so I could scan all my papers in, and I just got everything in order, and I sent them off, and in a couple days they got back to me.
Did they lay out various options for you, Bernadette?
Oh, yes. So when we went in, after all our papers were sent in, when we went into the office, they had a bunch of different scenarios. I'm so sorry I don't remember the gentleman's name who we had that meeting with. But, they showed us all our different options and, gave us a recommendation of what they thought might be the best one for us. And, of course, the decision was up to us, what we would go with.
Well, you made a very good decision. How much money did you save with the restructuring?
Well, this is quite incredible. We saved $2,727.74 a month.
Nice.
By putting we put all our debt together, and there you go. I mean, our life has changed drastically because of this.
Well, tell us a little bit about that. With an extra almost $3,000 net a month, I'd like to get really personal about what you plan to do with the money.
Well, exactly. So what we're planning on doing is, well, first of all, not worrying about where our next, do we have enough to go grocery shopping this week, because we got ourselves into a little bit of a hot water with getting into too much debt. So what we are doing right now, we're just taking it easy. We're just seeing how our money flow goes, and then we're just planning on either putting that money into an RESP for the kids' education or into tax-free savings account like that. We're going to sort of start divvying up the savings money, and then we might top up the mortgage a bit, but we just want to get a good nest egg of emergency funds and education funds before we do that.
I think at some stage most of us have, found ourselves in debt, and when that debt has been relieved and extra money is coming in, it's really a question of a newfound freedom and a lot less emotional stress.
Oh yeah, it just felt like a huge weight was lifted off of our shoulders. That's for sure.
Well, that's fantastic, Bernadette.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to others listening to the show this evening?
Oh, if you're even considering or you're struggling at all, definitely give a call to the Angela Calla team, because they were so wonderful all the way through the process. We met with Angela. I don't know how she does that, because I understand she has several offices, but she was made it very personal. She came and talked to us and just put our minds at ease. So just go in, see her and her team. They're all fantastic. They never make you, we were very embarrassed that we were in so much debt, of course, and they never make you feel, bad for that. They just understand that this is the world nowadays, and we can help fix it.
I think you hit something that I think is critically important. There are never any judgment calls at the Angela Calla mortgage team. It's, as you point out, Bernadette, this is life. This is what happens to most of us, and there is a way out, and let's just do it.
That's correct, yes. Yeah, 100%. I would highly, highly recommend her and her team to anyone.
Well, Angela wants to say hello.
Okay,
Bernadette.
hi, Angela. Hi.
It was just such a pleasure to help you and your family. And, I have to say, I've been doing this now for 15 years, and it's incredible. I get to share how we help beautiful families like you. And I'm on the radio, and you never know. I mean, it's so amazing to see that you're right here in our community, and our children are in the same school district. And it was such a pleasure to see you and your beautiful family at the mall food court, where I feed my kids at least 3 times a week because life is so busy.
That's right.
I just can't thank you enough for being you. And I got to say that it's just a real pleasure to help you, and that me and my entire team are here for you and your family for the years to come. And it's just such a pleasure. My door is always open, and it's such a pleasure to be able to help you. Thank you.
Oh, and thank you again so much. And I hope I don't have to see you for the same reason, but I look forward to running into you for many, just socializing.
Of course, Bernadette. We're going to see each other all the time. And,
That's
we
right.
are going to be still in touch because we're always going to be here. Now's the really fun part. You get to build a whole new life and a whole new strategy as a result. And so we're just so honored to be a part of that journey. And we're going to be in touch with you every time the market changes. We're going to be calling you for the annual reviews to make sure that even if you still have the best mortgage, if there's any change in lifestyle or any other considerations that you want to run by us, when you do want to make a prepayment, we're going to talk to you about it because we're going to check all the boxes to make sure that there isn't any other considerations because we're here to help you. So there's going to be lots of fun things. Also, I'm sure you probably got an invite to the hockey game that we sent you recently as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, there's so much ahead, and we're just so proud to have you as a part of our mortgage family. So thank you for being so awesome.
Oh, thank you again.
Okay, have a great day.
Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Gotta like that, Angela. Almost $2,800 net every month in Bernadette's pocket.
It's such a significant amount of money, Manny, especially when you think about how hard you have to work to earn $2,800 net after taxes each and every day. So that's why we're so passionate about ensuring that you have all the outside debts and mortgage that you have in the best cash flow strategy for you so you can design and build a life that depends on you designing what works for you and not paying unnecessary interest.
Well, we're so pleased for Bernadette because part of those savings going into an emergency fund and savings for her children. I want to thank Bernadette for joining us on this edition of The Mortgage Show. Again, no fee for Angela's service. Angela Calla, CALLA.ca, AngelaCalla.ca. You are listening to The Mortgage Show on CKNW. I'm Manny Bazunas. Back in a moment. Welcome back to The Mortgage Show on CKNW. Manny Bazunas, along with accredited mortgage professional Angela Calla, and Rob Boys, our resident real estate expert from Royal LePage. Robert, I don't remember a listing that you've presented over the years on this show where I've been really attracted to one of the amenities in that listing, such as this: a 1,400 square foot patio in this particular condo in the heart of Yaletown.
Yeah, Manny. And think about it. You don't have to climb, not that you'd climb, but you would go up in an elevator to like 30, 40 stories up, which is not my thing. I mean, we have amazing views throughout the city, but in this case, it's on the 4th floor. 1,400 square foot, completely private. Anybody out there listening knows the technicalities. Is actually limited common property, LCP as we would call it, because all patios are LCP, so they're maintained properly. But this is completely set up, Manny, with lounge area, barbecue area. There's tomatoes growing out on your private patio, lots of room for all of that type of stuff. There's a fire pit, and there's even a cornhole game. Yes, cornhole game on some artificial turf. So it's an amazing opportunity. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Right now it's set up with a den office space, but you can use it as an extra pantry, secure parking, storage, gym, meeting rooms, party rooms. There's a guest suite. I own in this building, and I actually met my client through my unit, which is kind of an executive furnished type setup. And she's fortunate. She's worked hard. She's purchased a resort in the Philippines. So she's going to live part-time there and help manage this small little resort. So she's just looking to downsize, loves the building so much. She's just going to buy a 1-bedroom within this complex. It's priced at $859,000. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, den office, and this amazing 1,400 square foot patio. And we're selling it furnished, Manny. The patio will come fully furnished. You don't need to worry about a thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Furniture, I take it, is nice?
Oh, most of it's brand new. It's been gently used out there because my client travels a fair bit. So pretty much kind of kept wrapped up and in storage. Let me also point out, as a fellow owner in this building, Yaletown Park, we did, out of just general maintenance, a complete exterior update. Now, of course, I didn't do it. We hired a professional company. The exterior completely updated, not because there was a problem, but we wanted to just do general maintenance. We've got full-time 24/7 security in this building. There's concierge 7 days a week. Once again, secure parking. It's amazing building.
401-928 Homer, 859. Robert has a place in that particular building. So, Robert, I take it you're up to speed on the minutes, the strata minutes.
Absolutely. You can see those right now. There's an AGM here in a couple of days, and there's nothing. This is an excellent building. Look, other realtors, when they're buying in this building, they contact me. So I'm definitely your source for all the information in this building. Literally one of the best in downtown Vancouver.
RobBoys.com to check out that listing. Get a hold of Robert. Rob Boys, ROBBOIES.com. Rob comes complete with a brand new app, or relatively new, rented123.com. This is an excellent app, Robert, not only for renters who get a little leg up on availabilities if they are subscribing to this app, 123.com, but it's also great for landlords.
For sure, Manny. What if I told you that being a landlord or even being a tenant can be smarter renting, stronger credit profile, and real results? Rented 123. If you're looking for a smarter, secure renting process, better rental management process, and real financial progress, we take care of all of it primarily through technology. Landlords, you can maximize your time, your efforts, your security, your cash flow with automated tools that are available a la carte, or you can use someone from me and my team or one of my franchise owners, because this is a franchise company as well that I've developed. So if you're a realtor out there struggling for inventory, let me show you how to unleash your income and grow your legacy cash flow. And tenants, through a secure data link, okay, we can grow your credit profile just by paying your rent. Once again, it's a private, secure data link. It meets the highest standards available through data sharing, and it's reported to the credit bureaus. Landlords, if you're struggling to get your unit rented right now, offer that for a service for $10 a month. They can build their credit profile, get access to our marketplace, which includes TELUS, more rewards. Yes, more rewards for paying your rent. And financial IQ influencers. They can help you get on a path to home ownership. We have one of the most secure rent-to-own programs. Developers, if you're listening right now and you've got excess inventory, I have qualified tenants ready to secure a unit, and we set them on a secure path by reporting that rent payment every month and growing their credit profile. Rented123.com, smarter renting, stronger credit, better results.
Boy, that stronger credit, Robert. I was looking at an article yesterday from, I think it was CNN or MSNBC, where they are reporting that billions, that's with a B, as in Bob, billions of dollars going unreported in rent that could be going toward a credit score. So even in the United States, they're getting wise to it. But you were first up with rented123.com to put someone's rent payments toward their credit score, thus working towards home ownership with a better credit score.
Absolutely, Manny. We are just getting certified right now for the credit service bureaus in the United States. We're looking to grow in the United States through legacy acquisition, rolling out franchise opportunities. Once again, it's an amazing tool for realtors. It completely changes the way the legacy rental manager. So if you're a legacy rental manager and you're tired of chasing paper, you're having a tough time recruiting people, think about this. On average, it takes one person to manage about 60 rental units. With Rented 123, we got data that shows that you can manage 240 units with just one person. We leverage AI and other secure data tools to help you get to your goals.
Okay, with the minute or so we've got remaining, Robert, this is a subscription service, rented123.com. Run down really quickly what that means.
So look, you can get in. We don't have to manage your property first and foremost, okay? You can get in just on a bronze membership that does not report your rent. However, you get access to our marketplace. You get 24/7 support from Captain Cashflow. His superpowers are housing rules in any jurisdiction and any language. So if English is not your preferred or your home language, just check the icon for your flag of language choice. You get access once again to the marketplace, discounts from TELUS, $50 credit. You get a dedicated service provider from TELUS for all your Wi-Fi and data. We have furniture suppliers, discount furniture suppliers, made-to-measure furniture suppliers. We have storage companies, moving companies, painters, electricians, plumbers. Everybody's in there dedicated to serve you as quick as possible. The silver membership, you get the rent reporting and all those other tools. The gold membership, you get the more rewards and you get a couple of other perks built into there. Probably the biggest thing that I like, Manny, is access to financial influencers, no obligation, secure data links who help you get on a path to better financial outcomes. Parents, if you got an adult child still living in your house, paying you a little bit of rent, we can report that, or they'll report that through our secure link, and we'll grow their credit profile so they can get into better housing and get better credit services, get them onto the path of independence and potentially home ownership.
Rented 123. Thank you, Rob Boyce from Royal LePage. Rented123.com is how you reach out. You're listening to The Mortgage Show on CKNW. I'm Manny Bazunas. Back in a moment. Welcome back to The Mortgage Show on CKNW. Manny Bazunas, along with accredited mortgage professional and best-selling author of The Mortgage Code, available on Amazon, proceeds to charity. Angela Calla, CALLA.ca. One of the really great things about doing this show over the years, Angela, introducing first-time buyers who talk about their dream coming true, their dream home. Could be their first home. Their next dream home could be their second home, but certainly for a first-time buyer, that first home, I mean, there's no feeling like it. I remember many years ago moving my few items that I actually did own into my first home, and I was just so thrilled, and I thought, wow, I actually own this. Well, the bank and I own it. I just felt so good that it was an accomplishment that I had looked forward to, and I succeeded, and I know you did as a young person as well. You were, I think, in your early 20s when you bought your first place, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's really cool to introduce people on this show who have bought their first home, and one such first-time buyer is Samantha, who bought her first home in Pitt Meadows with the help of Rob Boyce, who you just heard, and Angela, who got them a much better rate. And Samantha, we're really, really pleased for you. How did you first come across Angela?
Well, my parents have actually known Angela and her husband, Rob, through close friends for years, and we've actually been renting a condo off of them for the past year and a half. So
it was sort of a family thing.
It was, yeah. We got pretty lucky.
Well, you've enlarged your family by 2, and that required you to look for a new place.
Yeah, it did, pretty quickly, too.
Well, tell us about that.
That's pretty much what gave us the push to start looking for a new place. We needed the space we have twin baby boys, and we needed the space for them. And, it was also really important once we started a family that we, started investing in ourselves. And after being renters for the past 10 years, that was really important to us.
And you bought your first home with the help of Rob Boyce, our real estate expert from Royal LePage. Tell us about that new home.
Yeah, so we actually, we kind of knew where we wanted to invest in, and, he was really great right off the bat. He gave us a bunch of listings, and it was actually the first place that we went and looked at. We kind of bit the bullet and got it. It was great. It was exactly what we were looking for. Well, townhouse in Pitt Meadows.
Yeah, that's just awesome, and more room for your 2 boys. Now, tell us about how Angela helped you with the mortgage.
Okay, so, we kind of started off by getting pre-approved. That really gave us an idea of what we could afford, and that helped out a lot. You know, it was a little bit stressful going into it, but especially being young, you know, we had a little bit of a debt going on, but, you know, she found us a great deal, great interest rates, and it was really easy. The whole process she made it a lot easier.
Well, my understanding is, Samantha, at the very last moment, she got you even a better rate.
She did. So it was actually, we signed the papers about a month before, and then a month later, we actually got a lower one that ended up saving us quite a bit of money in the long run. So that was really helpful.
Have you got a dollar figure on those savings?
Yeah. So I actually am going to I have the email here that I wanted to read off because it was quite a bit. It was Dave, who works for Angela, sent me an email one morning, said that we were able to secure a lower rate for you that will save you $6,760 in interest alone, and that increased the amount you pay down by your principal by about $2,400. So that was a total of about almost $9,100.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
And the process, even though stressful, it turned out for the best. I know when Angela handles things, relieves a lot of that stress.
Yeah, it did. You know, I couldn't imagine doing it with anyone else or her team. You know, any questions that we had, which we had a lot, being, you know, first-time home buyers. You know, they answered every single question that we had really quickly too, and they were very patient with us through it all. So, yeah, we couldn't have imagined doing it with anyone else. So we're really happy and grateful for her.
My understanding as well, Samantha, is that Angela arranged for a couple of insurance policies for you. Always a needy thing when, you know, when you've got a growing family, you got to have some insurance.
Yeah, yeah. So she hooked us up with someone named Christian, who we're actually currently in the process of working with, who has gotten us a better insurance policy, one that we didn't even know existed because, like I said, this is the first time us doing any of this. So he's even gotten us a lower insurance policy than what we had originally signed up for.
Oh, that's excellent. Mm-hmm. Well, there's someone on the line wants to say hello to you.
Sure.
Samantha, I just want to say that we are so excited to be along on this journey with you. It's a pleasure to help you and your family. And as you can see, with anything that you need at any time, we're always here to help make the right introductions. If there's something that we know that can save you and your family some money and protect you. And this is just the beginning. You know, we were fortunate when we initially signed your mortgage that part of what we do is always continually watching the market. And if something better becomes available, it's important to us that you're aware of that, so we can help you take advantage of it. And we know that saving that extra $9,000 just does so much to help get you guys ahead, and we'll continue to do that throughout the duration of you having a mortgage together with us, and we're always here to help. So I just want to let you know that we're really grateful to be on this journey with you.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it so much. Like I said, we would recommend you to anyone who's in our position, and we couldn't be happier.
Oh, we're so happy for you. I'm going to come and see your place when Rob gives you the keys,
yes,
because I have to come and see. And I really miss you guys, and I haven't had a chance to snuggle those babies with everything going on. So we'll safely be able to see each other during this process, I'm sure.
Yes, please come by anytime.
Excellent. And I how are things going with Tad as well, the notary?
Oh, good. He was excellent. He was very helpful with us. So.
Excellent. Well, we're happy to have him as our neighbor, and we're just so glad that he could help you guys as well.
Yeah, we were actually going to stop by on our way out, but like I said, we had our babies with us, so it was a little crazy. But he was really patient. So I appreciate everyone that you've put us in contact with. You know, we don't have anything bad to say about anyone. So.
Well, Sam, Tad's mother owns a Montessori preschool. So he's got a lot of experience being around children.
I know. He was so patient. He was so patient. So I mean, like I said, it was a really great experience all around. We're really happy with how it turned out. We can't wait to just move and get in there.
Excellent. We can't wait for you to move either. We're really excited for you. So a big congratulations from everybody on the team. And we're so happy to have you as a part of the family.
Thank you so much.
Well, there it is in a nutshell, Angela, with first-time buyers. And you told me coming into the station today that much of this past week has been spent helping first-time buyers with just a whole bunch of incentives. But in Samantha's case, with her 2 young kids, one of the things that she had you look at was a life insurance policy.
Yeah, our team recommends, obviously taking a look at those things independently with partners that we trust and have our own, policies with as well. And it's all part of the overall financial plan. As mortgage professionals, we have to offer legally life and disability insurance, and the lenders are also trying to sell clients life and disability insurance. But we always believe that it's important for it to be independent, so you are the beneficiary, not any bank. It's always important for the client to be in control and make sure that the policy that they have doesn't just look at the mortgage, it looks at their overall financial health. So we always recommend an independent professional have a look at that and proceed accordingly.
Well, another first-time buyer client, Angela, wrote to the radio program. Hello, Angela. Thank you very much for you and your team's help, your explanations, and the time everyone on your team took to assure that I understood what is going on was so ever helpful. This was my first mortgage, my first house purchase, and you helped a great deal to reduce the stress and anxieties associated with buying for the first time. I definitely learned a lot. Thank you again for your help and for always being there to answer our questions. Dimitri from North Vancouver. That is awesome again, Angela. Taking the time to write a letter, a nice letter saying, you know what, I am just so thrilled that the Angela Calla mortgage team was on the case for me as a first-time buyer, that I'm going to write a letter or I'm going to agree to do an interview and tell everybody that it was just a very, very pleasant, easy process. That's one of the things that Samantha pointed out, that the process was just so easy. You reach out to Angela via her website, she'll get back to you, and away you go. AngelaCalla.ca, Angela Calla, CALLA.ca. Again, no fee for her service. You are listening to The Mortgage Show on CKNW. Manny Bazunas, back in a moment. Welcome back to The Mortgage Show on CKNW. Manny Bazunas, along with accredited mortgage professional Angela Calla. Angela Calla, CALLA.ca. So pleased you could be with us. We are heard at this hour every weekend on CKNW. Angela, there was a poll which came out recently indicating 1 out of 3 homeowners are, quote, very unhappy with how they managed their debt over the past year. And I think we can all do a better job at that. But the problem appears to be procrastination in actually getting some debt relief advice. And every day that goes by, that little debt hamster is running on that treadmill faster and faster. And virtually every survey suggests those soon heading into retirement will be endowed with debt. So as we often talk about, the easiest and cheapest solution to debt relief, if you have a mortgage, which is almost always your biggest debt, is debt consolidation. Correct, Angela?
Yes, it is. And I think it's just a matter of asking yourself, are you going to, in the next 6 months, guarantee pay off the debt that you have outside your mortgage? And if not, moving today will help you.
One of the folks that we talked recently about debt consolidation, she and her husband were really straddled with a ton of outside debt, car loans, credit card loans. Christine and Frank, and Angela, you restructured their mortgage, saving them $1,103.58 every month. And that alone merited an update call to Christine. And Christine, first of all, welcome to the show. How did you first hear about the Angela Calla mortgage team?
Well, I have to say my husband, he listens to NW all the time, and he heard her talking on the radio and was really impressed and had told me all about it. And I did eventually see like an ad on TV kind of thing, somehow I saw an ad. But he really was the one that had first heard about it and really was impressed.
Now, did he come home that day and say, Christine, we've got to haul out our mortgage out of the drawer and just see what we're doing here?
Well, yeah, it had been a topic of conversation. We've been married for a long time. We've had our mortgages and ups and downs, and of life, et cetera. And we were at the point at that first time where we needed to renew our mortgage and wanted to get out from one of the big banks. And so that's what he kind of got us rolling in that direction. And it was very easy. So it kind of just fell into place, and we were happy. And we've had a couple mortgages now. So in fact, more than that, I think, with you guys. And it's just been one of the best things we ever did, I have to say.
Well, that is awesome. Now, even better news was when Angela and her team renewed your mortgage and managed to get you some fairly substantial savings each and every month.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, over $1,100, $1,103 something. We're now saving per month. Like it's a huge difference for us. $1,103.58 to be exact. Thank you.
Well, I'd rather have you have that 58 cents than one of the big banks.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, and like I say, we, like everybody, we're going through our different stages of life, and somebody gets off on sick leave for some surgery, and you're on medical leave, and so life's ups and downs, kids in school, dogs get sick, and all of a sudden, you find things are you're a little more strapped, and so it was really wonderful to be able to save this extra money.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, Are you just going to throw this all into savings, or what are you planning to do with it?
Oh, we're trying to do a bunch of different things, and just looking at investing some more money and also paying. We want to pay down our mortgage faster. First of all, that's one thing, is we want to make extra payments on it. But right now, we've got some things that we need to do around our home, and so that's what we're doing. We're new roof, stuff like that.
Oh, I'm looking at my own home and I'm going, oh my gosh, how much is this going to cost me? So I know exactly what you're saying. Tell us a little bit, Christine, about the experience working with the Angela Calla mortgage team.
Just very professional, very great, using all different types of communication. I mean, during the day, it's really hard for me to communicate with telephone, to be quite honest. But I'm really good with, emails and text and just communicating everything very thoroughly to my husband and myself.
So the process, I take it from what you're suggesting, it was a lot easier than you expected.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, just so much of the running around was taken out of our hands. They told us exactly what we needed to do and helped move everything forward and looked for a bunch of different lenders, which was nice, finding us the best possible rate.
One of the nice things about having Angela work on your mortgage, Christina, and you're going to find this out down the road, is she stays on top of the market, and if something even better comes along, you're in the system now.
Yes, and that's one thing, like when the rates were changing and everything as well. We just recently locked in, but when the rates were changing, we were getting notifications all the time, and should we worry, should we not, that kind of thing, and it was very helpful. My husband kept me up to date with everything that was coming through.
Well, it's the old sign it and forget it. Let Angela worry about it.
Well, I don't know. It is my life, so I have to take some control, but it's really helpful. Boy, I tell you, in this busy time and stressful time, it really took a lot of the stress off.
Well, I don't think many of us really understand just how big a commitment a mortgage is. And if you can get it working for you, then why not?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I mean, our home is a huge investment, and we plan on staying there a long time as well. And then having it when we're too old to stay there, we'll have that equity. So it's a huge deal.
Well, I know you work in a professional office. Have you been bragging about your savings at all?
A little bit, not too much. I can say that I was talking about the whole process and getting the best rate we could. So yeah, a bit.
Oh, that's
we definitely recommend you to other people. I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, reference is always good, especially when you can roll out that mortgage and say, "Look how much I'm saving."
Oh, I know.
Give us a little advice on what others might do if they were in your position.
Just really give you guys a call and just look at what your options are. It was very clear and very organized and presented to us as to what we are putting everything down, what we are doing now, and what we could be doing, what we can be saving, and what we can do with the extra money. It was just get in touch with you and let you help us along the way.
Really so pleased you could join us this evening, Christine. You have a great evening and enjoy those savings.
Thank you so much. Thanks again.
Boy, that makes a huge difference, Angela. Over $1,100 every month. Tell us quickly, how do you restructure outside debt into a new mortgage, thus saving, those interest payments that are ever so high on outside debt? And what about a payment penalty for breaking the mortgage?
That's included in the net benefit. So all these benefits that you're hearing of are after taking into consideration the penalty.
All right. So it's an easy process, as Christine and Frank found out, saving $1,103.58 every month. Let's talk about the Mortgage Code, your bestseller on Amazon. Angela, this was a passion project you wrote a couple of years ago. It's been flying off the shelf. It's a great gift. The day's not done. It's Father's Day. You can still order it up for Dad. And better still for yourself, because this is a book chock full of knowledge on how to navigate the mortgage system. There's so much in there, Angela. When I read it, and you and I have been doing this show for many, many years, there were so many things that you wrote in this book I simply had no clue about, even though you and I speak, many times during the week, generally about mortgages and other stuff, of course, but so many little nuances in the mortgage industry that can cost you money if you don't know them.
Yes, many things.
So give us a couple of items in that book that people should really be aware of that they may not necessarily read in the media every day about mortgages. I mean, most of the stuff that we hear during the course of the week, Angela, is, the rates going up, the rates going down, fixed or variable. I mean, those things are all important, but there are other things like the hundreds of different terms in a mortgage that can cost you money. What is the number one term that can cost you extra money that you can avoid in a mortgage?
Well, it's about educating yourself, having an unbiased opinion, proactive management, and understanding how the terms are going to impact your future financial health. So within the book is different life stages and opportunities that share that. And it also shares how you're marketed to compared to what's being omitted that is costing you money. Because when you're looking for a mortgage, you're getting a lot of sales lingo, and it's always what's not included in when someone's sharing a benefit, what the disadvantage could be that could miss a significant financial opportunity for you. And ask yourself this, anybody listening to the show right now, when is the last time that your lender contacted you and showed you a way for you to save money and them to make less?
Well, I never had that happen, so I can imagine no one has.
Well, exactly. And that's the reason. I mean, if you consider that, it's when you look at the debt outside your mortgage, lenders are very quick to issue credit cards, lines of credit, because they don't have the same qualifications. And that's often how their compensation models are allocated, is to issuing new credit. However, with a mortgage, there's qualification involved, and the mortgage is at a lower rate than the microloans that they have that are most profitable for the institutions. And so that's why it's not something that's regularly walked into. And when you're working with an independent professional, our goal is to keep you as asset and cash rich as possible. So we're continually looking at those opportunities. And those opportunities are not just aligned with having debt outside your mortgage. It's aligned with your lifestyle. It's aligned with policy changes. And it's aligned when reviewing the bond market and the Bank of Canada prime rate changes to adapt and ensure that you still have the best rate and product that's going to continually help you with your financial plan of building and protecting your wealth.
Well, one more quick note on someone you helped, Angela. You recently helped Ben, a mechanic from Maple Ridge, and his wife Tammy, a school teacher. They were looking to restructure their mortgage, roll outside debt into that new mortgage. You did that, saving this couple $686 a month. That extra dough going straight into an education fund for their two kids. $686 for two hard-working folks with a couple of kids. That is enormous.
It is. It is enormous. And I just think about when people learn that there can be a better way to do things, and you can continually have somebody managing your mortgage that's included in the service that doesn't have a bias. These kinds of opportunities present themselves and become available and really contribute to designing a better financially secure future for yourself.
I should point out that $686 for Ben and Tammy. That's $686 net dollars every month. So, Tammy working as a school teacher, she can lay down those pens and pencils and take a breath on the weekend. And Ben, a mechanic, doesn't have to work any extra overtime. He's got that extra almost $700 net dollars every month. It's really simple. You get a hold of Angela. There's no fee for her service to do this for you. You get a hold of Angela through her website, Angela Calla, CALLA CA. You have been listening to The Mortgage Show on CKNW. Manny Bazunas, along with accredited mortgage professional and best-selling author Angela Calla. We'll see you next time.